Dvaść wstydu ostrej. Puść się! Żyje! Nie patrz na znak.
Thus, at the crack of dawn, the marshal would let the young boys fight each other with sabers or with lances, if they had their mail on. This is how the saying was born. Think virtuously, speak kindly, be steady, beat heartily, be harsh on yourself but good to another, and you shall win the world over. Our ancestors were known to do so, thus, listen now and follow. Hypocrisy holds firm in the realization that we find such beauty in instruments of violence. Today's subject is no stranger to the ideals of bloodshed, yet finds itself in the hearts and minds of many who place their interest in the dramatic histories of Eastern Europe. I bring you FakeSteel's Polish Saber. My experience with the Saber is limited at best. While I've been LARPing and fighting for close to a decade now, I've never had the pleasure of learning the more historical aspects of our ancient world's combat. That being said, its majesty has never escaped me. I know there are others out there that are probably better suited for this task. Ultimately, I will do my best to give this weapon the review it truly deserves, and help you find out if it will hang by your side this upcoming season. Let's begin with the weapon's specifications. This weapon's current price lands it at around $162 US. FakeSteel's website allows for some customization, letting you choose a blade length from 50 centimeters to 70 centimeters, and a hilt coloration of either steel, graphite, or brass. Here I have an example with brass accents. The weapon weighs about 488 grams and about 1.07 pounds. For reference, my FakeSteel octagonal arming sword is about 568 grams, 1.25 pounds, and my Kalamazoo novice sword is about 462 grams and 1.02 pounds. The Saber's balance point is a handful of inches above the guard. A quick bit of research shows that this seems to be somewhat in line with modern reproductions of sabers. My version has the full-length 70 centimeter blade and comes out to a total of around 83 centimeters, approximately 33 inches in full length. One of the biggest features of this blade is its genuinely curved fiberglass core. This is not a straight core with foam curved around it. The blade itself has an equal amount of foam on its edge throughout its entirety. The tip is also reinforced with Kevlar to ensure safety and longevity. The guard is made out of a semi-flexible material that allows it to hold its form when unbothered and bend when it needs to. With FakeSteel's US-friendly foam, this weapon feels in line with all other FakeSteel gear and has an appropriate breakdown when compared to the current standard. If FakeSteels are accepted at your game, I'm confident that this blade will be accepted as well. Like all other FakeSteels, this one is weather resistant and will need no latex maintenance throughout its lifespan. Any small tears can be repaired using a specialized glue outlined by FakeSteel in their informational section. So far, the Saber is a great contender with my other blades, cutting weight with its sleek profile but still not compromising its durability and beautiful design. I am very eager to get stuck into a duel with it at my side.
Przyszła bida mora lat, to nie ustoi żadnej chlap. Na kraj padł dziesnej smutek, do mnie i rano utek, niech już małżeński majstrat, do wczera żylne staje brak. Już sejmo i słabi murzyn, nepnielby klejmie i kurzy, nawet to jedno, a tacy damy jedno, a Boże lepszy mówi jako poslední jen. Burger se baví, panorama slaví, a tak vypal sudny, a posaď se mi sem, tak posaď se sem, a vypal je ven. Až pozí, a provozí, zejtra jen tu svou nejden na mě, ale
Well, my time with the Saber has shown that I very much value it as a new part of my arsenal. I had a lot of fun using this, dueling with it, fighting with it, and just getting to know it. That being said, there are quite a few things that were new to me and may be new to you as well. While the Saber is lighter than my arming sword, due to its point of balance, it really needs to move with the trail of momentum rather than against it. This is a sword that really does lend itself to those historical techniques when swinging, using that momentum to swing through to another swing instead of just pulling it directly back and going into a new swing. It really needs to be used with those kind of techniques. And it's something that I'm not specifically used to, being someone who normally uses arming swords or what you would consider a straight sword. So I would definitely say that using what I've seen as historical movements for fencing and saber usage does yield better results than simply swinging it as one might with any straight sword. It's definitely not advised to fight against the momentum. When using these techniques though, its performance is admirable. I found myself moving with the momentum fluidly, even though I'd never actually used a saber before in my time. I did have a friend CJ try the sword out and, duel with me a little bit. While he's not a practitioner of Polish saber fencing, he is a practitioner of Italian saber fencing and found the blade to be pretty well weighted, all things considered, and it seemed accurate to what he had felt in his class. The grip was comfortable and allowed me to hold my blade in a couple different ways, allowing me to adjust for comfortability whenever I needed to, and even letting me use a couple of the historic fencing grips. Now, another note that both my sparring partner and I found is we found that the blade was actually just as fun to fight against as it was to fight with, which is pretty interesting to say. It's not something that I've felt with a lot of different swords. Now, my final verdict for the Saber, I think that it's an incredible piece of art and an incredible piece of weaponry for your LARP arsenal. Once again, picking this up and just treating it like any straight sword is possibly going to be a mistake. You will need to work with this blade in a different way, at least different than I was used to. But being able to employ historical fencing technique, historical fencing grips, and just the pure beauty of it, the historical accuracy of it, really just lend itself to an absolute wonderful item. This is a sword that when I finally got it, I realized that I had to just make a kit around this sword itself, and that's what I intend to do. At the end of the day, FakeSteel continues their reputation of wonderful craftsmanship and excellent attention to detail with this fine saber. If your game allows FakeSteels, you're looking for something new, and you're on the fence about this saber, I'd say go for it. While it is a different experience, it is in no means a negative one. My hat goes off to FakeSteel, as they can always expect to see me again in the future.